Do differences between men and women play a role in how emotions are developed and manifested?
Yes, there is a significant difference between men and women in this respect, not only in their sensory life, but in their intellectual life. In other words, men and women differ from one another not only in their sense life, but also in their spiritual lives. If we take a look back at our T chart, we can summarize the side on the left-hand side as the heart. We can summarize the emotions and the type of intellect on the right-hand side as the mind. The side on the left is the superior side. It is the side of contemplation. It is when we speak about being moved by an experience. You know, I watched this play and I was moved by the experience. That is the contemplative side. When we speak of the right-hand side, we speak of doing something. We speak of performing a task, getting over an obstacle. That is the doing side. The other side you can see as the being side. Now, Baars and Terruwe are very clear that that being side, the heart side, is superior. In other words, the doing side, the right-hand side, serves the being side. And what happens in neuroses is that there is a distortion where the doing side becomes exaggerated and eclipses the being side. In other words, we're meant to be contemplative by nature. If you think of, say, for example, Adam and Eve before the fall, they were totally in the presence of God and each other and of all creation. They were contemplating the goodness of God in His creation. And that is what we are meant to have as a priority in our lives. The other side, the doing side, the mind side, is necessary for our lives, for our functioning. But they serve to get us into the place of being. So the doing gets us back to the place of being. Baars and Terruwe give a lot of examples of that in the book. Men, by nature, tend to be more developed in their doing sides, in their discursive intellect, in the utilitarian emotions, the utility emotions. Women tend to be more developed in their intuitive intellect and in their humane emotions. Okay, now, we're generalizing. Okay, so you could say men tend to be more doing oriented, and women tend to be more contemplative, more passive, more receptive, more of the heart, where men tend to be more of the mind. It tends to be more difficult for men to be contemplatives than it is for women. But that's a challenge for men. It's very difficult for men to become more contemplative, but that is where they grow spiritually. Our spiritual growth occurs on the right-hand side, on the humane, intuitive side. And that may explain maybe one reason why you find in any given church more women than men. So, as a man, I kind of hate to say this, but one could argue that women are superior to men.